Randy here from Essential Bed. In today's video, I'd like to talk to you about something that doesn't get mentioned a lot, but is very, very important to sleep health and to overall health, and that's the topic of sleep positioning. In fact, to say something fairly provocative, I'd just like to say it's possible that we've all been sleeping the wrong way all our lives. So think about this. Look around you. Just look at yourself, look at the people you know. Everybody's a different shape. We're pretty much all wider in the shoulders, wider in the hips. Regardless of our body shape, we're all different. We're all different shapes and sizes, and yet we all sleep on flat, relatively hard surfaces. In fact, from the time we're born, we're laid on these relatively hard surfaces and we're laid flat. Therefore, as we lay, pretty much all of our weight is carried by our shoulders and our hips. And in between our shoulders and hips, there's a bridge, and what that means is your back is not typically being well supported where you're bridged between your shoulders and your hips. So here's what happens. Over a period of time, every night, when you're a child, you're 19 hours of sleep. As a baby, up to a preteen, you're probably getting around 10 hours of sleep. As an adult, you should be getting 7+ hours of sleep every night. What that adds up to is a whole lot of sleep and a whole lot of laying down flat in a bed. And you've got gravity just relentlessly pulling straight down on your body while you lay there. So, one of the biggest things people do wrong when they purchase a new mattress, first of all, is to purchase a mattress that's too firm. Now you're laying on a firm surface, your shoulders, your hips are both carrying your weight, your back is bridged in between, it's not supported well, you wind up hurting in your shoulders, your hips, and your lower back because it's never supported. Here at Essential Bed, we're kind of known as the adjustable bed experts. And an adjustable bed is a great way to combat the problems with sleeping flat. However, we want you to know too that we're also known as the specialists who can find you the very best solutions, even if you don't care to go the adjustable route, find you the very best solutions for sleeping while you're sleeping flat. But right now, let's talk about adjustable beds and some of the great things they can do. First of all, with an adjustable bed, you really have an infinite number of positions that you can put your body into. Some of the most common, what's called a zero gravity position. With that, your head is elevated somewhat, your feet are elevated, and your body is basically weightless. This is a wonderful position for someone with back trouble, for someone who has fibromyalgia or some other type of connective tissue disease that makes it very painful just to lay down. Osteoarthritis comes to mind, that type of thing. This is a position that makes you, like I say, basically weightless, and it's just totally relaxing to the body. And understand that by elevating your feet above your heart, you are really helping yourself if you have any tendency or family history towards high blood pressure, heart disease, diabetes. All of those things are greatly helped by having your feet elevated. And having your head elevated helps you with so many things as well. Number one, it releases pressure on the upper body. Number two, if you have acid reflux or anything of that nature, it can be a great boon to that. If you tend to snore or have mild sleep apnea, it can help alleviate that. These are all very common issues. By the way, I forgot to mention that when the feet are elevated, it really takes the pressure off the lower back and hip area. So, all of those things are wonderful, and they can be very, very valuable in terms of getting uninterrupted, great sleep. And you don't have to sleep necessarily in those elevated positions. A lot of people, including myself, will put in a zero gravity position on their bed for about a half hour before they go to sleep, and they'll read. I read or just relax, that kind of thing, and it just de-stresses my body. But I typically sleep in a flatter position than that, although I always have my head elevated due to shoulder problems and also due to acid reflux, etc. Now, let's say you don't want to go the adjustable route. Think about on a flat bed, you've got to do one thing. You've got to make sure that that top surface on the bed is pressure relieving enough that your shoulders and your hips are dropping into the bed far enough that your back is actually being supported. This is accomplishing two things. It's taking the pressure off your shoulders and your hips to help relax them, number one, and then number two, it is supporting your lower back and your entire torso so that they're getting the support they need when you sleep. We'd like to talk a lot more about this, but we'd like to do it in person with you. Please come visit our showroom, Essential Bed, 200 Alder Drive in North Aurora. We'll take the time to discuss with you the right solution for your particular sleep needs. Because you know what? We're not all the same, and there is no bed that's the exact same, the exact right bed for every person. So come talk to us. We'll help diagnose your sleep needs. We'll find you the best bed for your purposes, and we'll do it at a great price. Thanks for listening. We'll see you at the store. Bye-bye.